Hey, the Oakland Roadster Show is probably the best car show there is in the world today.
Oakland Roadster Show has gone through a transition that is unbelievable. When we first started, there were 30 cars, very modest, very high-quality cars. But now, who would have ever dreamed that it would have grown to the diversity that it has today and the technology? There was no way that one could ever envision that this would happen. But you know, we see trends here now. We see trends of going in both directions, forward in technology and backward in interest. You might say it's back to the future.
At a time 30, 40 years ago, hot rods were the thing. They didn't have the money for it. They're now in a position, money-wise, to invest in a car, and they're buying hot rods. And this may sound strange, but it's certainly true. And what they're trying to invest in is a true hot rod, the nostalgic hot rod, a steel-bodied automobile. It'd be nice to have a flathead Ford or flathead Merc, but a lot of them are going to the Mustang or Corvette engines into them. But by and large, they're well-engineered automobiles, well-made, and are investment quality. These cars are in the vicinity of $35,000 to $50,000. Now, that's a lot of money now, but they're certainly willing to do this because they wanted it when they were young. They're in a position now to buy it, and they buy it.
I'm 49 years old. I did this when I was in high school. Now I'm coming back to it. I don't have a street rod now, but that's one of the reasons I'm here. I'm looking around. I've seen a couple that are for sale. I don't know. I might buy one.
Because I'm a professor of art at an art school, and I come and look at this as sculpture. Yeah. So it's real inspiring to me for that reason.
It's amazing to see the technology and how far the cars have come, how perfect they're looking, and all the technical. You know, it seems like high tech has gotten to street rods. You know, it's really they're really looking powerful. You know, and it's coming back around. After a while, you came for a few years, you'd see the same old thing, and now it's like, wow, where have I been? You know, did I miss 10 years?
I'm here because this is my first year here, and I like looking at these Cherry mobiles. You know.
this car when I was 16 in high school, and I bought it for $600. And I restored the whole car pretty much to original stock. And I replaced everything, every body part on the car except for the roof and quarter panels. Everything else is all brand new. I took the whole car down to the last nut and bolt, painted the frame and everything. I have about a year into the paint job. I worked every weekend on the car except for 2 weekends that I skipped because it was raining. I've put in about $15,000 into the car. I can't really put a value on it. It'd be pretty tough for me to sell it, even if somebody offered me more than it's worth, because it, it's kind of special to me. It was my first car and everything. I restored it all myself. I could never get another car. I think that it was just perfect since I did everything, myself the way I wanted it.
Quite a few celebrities getting involved in the street rotting. This here car happens to belong to Reggie Jackson. This is one of his favorite cars out of his 100-car collection. This is the latest car we're doing for Reggie. It's a 1932 Ford Victoria. It's all metal body. It's got a Jag front and rear suspension in it. Corvette fuel-injected motor. It ought to be one of his real favorites. If your desire is to own a street rod, then it is cheaper to buy one already finished. If you're looking for something very unique, then I suggest you have one specially built. The average cost of a street rod runs between $25,000 and $55,000. Unless you want to build a show car, then you're talking in the range of $100,000. Well, if you're looking to build a street rod for an investment, I don't think that's the way you should look at it. I think it's something you want to have for your personal car that you want, or this is the car you've always wanted. And, as far as return, yes, maybe you can get your investment back, maybe not. It's tough to say. There could be the right person may walk up to you and say, I've got to own that car, and price is no object. And that does happen.
This is our 22nd year we put this picnic on, and it started with just a few friends of ours, and every year it just got bigger and bigger, and we moved from Crow Canyon, which we ran out of room over there, and we finally came here to Solano, and I don't know, all my friends still come here. They've been here 22 years, and it's really turned out to be a neat deal for everybody. We don't give any trophies out or anything, and everybody that comes here is equal. So, I mean, whether you got a shit box or the nicest car here, everybody leaves and they're all happy. That's why it's been so successful. Probably had the most cars we've ever had. I would say probably around 1,400 cars. Probably this is the biggest one-day event anywhere in the United States. Most of them go on for 3 and 4 days. So to get this many people, it's unreal.
have here is a 1937 Ford. Attached to it's a 1946 teardrop travel trailer. It's a combination paint scheme and everything. The car itself has a little Buick V6 engine in it. Gets about 26 miles to a gallon, which helps out on the long distance traveling. It's got a late model Nova rear end. My investment is probably about $12,000, which isn't too bad. If it ever sold, my wife would probably want to go with it. She's told me that several times.
This car is a 1933 Ford Roadster. I purchased it about 4 years ago and have just refinished it for the second time. There's been 3 tops on the car. Mr. Al Cooper of Orange County has just finished this top. Terry Finch has just painted the car and totally redone the whole car, I should say. And I picked it up about 3 weeks ago. When I bought this car, it looked almost just like this. It was the same color. I changed the pinstriping. I chopped it 1 3/4 inches. This car is all metal, so I've cut nothing, of course, there. I've had the dash just machined up in Crestline. I have VDO gauges. There's a Jaguar rear end. I would value the car to whatever I can get out of it. That would be my honest answer to you.